But if you dial me, I have the option to answer through there, and obviously that worked. So
Okay, I'm gonna try to. Hello, folks. We're looking at Trouble Brewing's After Party Pale Ale. I'm gonna try to send invites to Jean, because some people were saying they couldn't get the link to open. I don't know, Jean. Although I don't see why that would be the case. But let's see, Eric, Thomas Meadow. Okay, let's see if they can get on now. I'm sending them a direct invite instead of giving them the link that I copied and pasted. All right, after party. John Sharon said he's not home, but he's gonna join if he's able when he gets home. I told him he can join if he wants when he gets home. Okay, this came out in 2016. It's only been on the market for a year. And like we said last week, and we're not going to go through the whole history again, but because if you want to see the whole history of this, or not the whole history, but a large part of it, you can look at our video, examine their India Pale Ale, the Cat's Away IPA. But our cans had bad dates. So that means they have been on the shelf and they hadn't been selling. There's Michael joining us as in observer status.
Hello, everybody.
hey, Michael.
You have a pale ale tonight? Do you have a pale ale tonight?
I have an IPA.
Well, that's a type of
An English
pale ale.
one. An English one.
Yeah, that's a type of pale ale. It's an India Pale Ale. But this is just a standard New York produced pale ale from Rochester, New York, North American breweries, the old Genesee Brewery. If you go there, there's a big sign out front, Genesee. I went there last year with Maria Devon, the girl next door, and she bought 2 Genesee glasses, if I remember. I think she bought 2. She really wanted to meet the
I'll be right back.
the pilot brewery brewmaster, and he was nice because he talked to us for about 20 minutes. And, but anyway, this is not made in the pilot brewery, I don't think. I believe this is made in their main brewery, which is huge relative to the tiny pilot brewery. Who's not? And it's about 12 to 12.50 a 12-pack cans only at Walmart. Who has never had this before?
I never have.
Yeah, you don't have Walmart. William, you've had it.
Yes.
Bill, you've had it, eh?
No, I have not.
Okay, and Bradley?
I have not had
Okay,
it.
Brad's beer reviews. So we got Brad in North Carolina, right? No, Arkansas, excuse me.
I'm in Mississippi, actually. I'm from Arkansas. So you was half right.
All I had to do is just keep naming states. I get it. So, your father's still in Arkansas?
Yes, my dad is.
Oh, so you must be up there. You must be up there in northern Mississippi, huh?
I live about 25 minutes from Tupelo, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, I've been to Tupelo. Hey, I've been to every Mississippi county, I think. All right, well let's get rolling. Let's get to drinking. Jean-Pierre. Whoa.
Grab mine.
Yeah, now Maria was like really. She's a big booster of Genesee beers, and I think she would like this. I don't know if she. I know she has a Walmart near her because we went to that Walmart and I got my oil changed and I bought my tennis shoes there. And they have a huge selection at that Walmart, but I don't recall seeing this, but I wasn't looking for it. But since she likes Genesee so much, I think she would enjoy this. But I like most of Genesee beers. I don't like them all.
The code on mine is E026.
E026. Mine is D086.
So is
Good
mine.
evening. Good evening, gentlemen. I'm sorry while you're looking at your beer
Hi,
cans.
John.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hey,
Mine is
Sean.
about a month fresher. E
Yeah.
would be May. Mine is May the 2nd, 2016, where D would be April.
Yeah.
But regardless, they're all old.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not.
mine would
We're
be,
not. We're not getting any L's. No L's.
No, that they actually, I think they use M. I think they skipped the I.
Oh,
So I think M would be December, but yeah, these are all old. But like I said, surprisingly, they still taste pretty darn fresh.
yeah. I was surprised because they didn't taste stale at all.
They still had the nice head, the lacing, the aroma was not off-putting.
Yeah, look at this thick. Look at this
Mine's
thick head and this
mi-
clean lacing. Look at that. It's pretty beer. Sean,
mine says DO86131858.
you got the same thing I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, Sean,
good
you've
evening,
had it
gentlemen. How y'all doing? Good evening.
fine. You've had this before, eh?
Yes, I did a review of all 4 of these beers already. I'm sorry about last week, but good news. The missus is out of the hospital, doing well.
Great.
A-okay.
Great. Oh, now where's Eric? Thomas Meadow, Eric Fromfelter. He was clamoring, right? You're my witness. Sean, you're my witness. He was clamoring. Where's the link? Where's the link, right?
Yeah.
Over
Here comes
almost
trouble.
almost 20 minutes ago. Okay, Eric, I sent you the link that you were clamoring for. Where are you? All right.
Why is there another picture of me on this thing here? I'm trying to get rid of that.
Right.
Hold on.
Why are there 2 pictures of Bill? Well, I don't know the answer. Oh, let me get the chat started for whether that's good or bad, but we'll try to get. Hey, Bradley, you've not had it before, so we know what it looks like. It's golden, pale, little orange. It's got a creamy, thick head. It's an attractive looking beer, I think. I don't know if you agree
I
with
would
that. I
agree
don't
with
know
that.
if you agree with that, but
It's not bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Not to jump up.
no, go right ahead. It's not bad, but what? Okay. Cat got your tongue. Hey, well, Bradley, give us your opinion of the aroma.
well, I get a very clean smell. It doesn't smell very hoppy. I get a little bit of orange, maybe even some pineapple. That's about it.
Start again. Jean has his little typical things going on. What now?
I said it smells very clean. It doesn't smell overly hoppy to me. Of course, that could be because it's old. I've never had one of these when it's fresh, obviously, so I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of oranginess, maybe some breadiness, and a little bit, maybe even a little pineapple. That's about it.
Okay. Who wants to go next? Okay, I'll go next then, since everybody's shy. Well, I'm right along with what Bradley's saying. It's a mild, fruity, little white bread, not too much hop resin. And then when we're finished going through all this, then Michael can tell us what IPA he has and talk about it. It smells pleasant. I mean, this thing, to me, is all nice. Who's next?
I'd say the citrus is what dominates when I get the first whiff of it. Which all of these have that strain of citrus running through them. This one has a little bit more of a malt background than the last week's IPA, I think. But and a slightly lighter color, but they're quite similar actually. I think all of these have a sort of a house flavor running through them, maybe with the exception of the red ale.
Yeah, it could be the yeast. They might be using the same yeast strain.
It's got the Genesee fingerprints all over it. These beers.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing.
No, I don't think so. That's not a drink. You know, I like a lot of the Genesee products.
Yeah, soapy, nice stand up head. interesting tone, color to this thing. It throws a lot of orange to the point where, and it smells citrusy as well. And but to the point where it almost casts an orangish tint on the head.
Oh, you think so?
That's what I'm seeing.
I'm tasting some of that orange too, as well.
We're just looking at the aroma right now, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
My bad. No, I just get pulled distracted. I just can never and do a beer review with my boys. Give me some peace, people.
Hey, remember Paul? Hey, remember Paul used to join us every week, but he got so discouraged he just gave up because he said invariably kids could be like totally quiet, and then he'd go up to do the review or the examination. That was it. Chaos would break out. It was like they couldn't stand that he was in the room doing
Exactly.
that. So they just go crazy. So let's see. Bradley, Bill, John, and John. I don't know why you're there twice. Bill had the same problem. It
I
might
don't have a twin brother.
Yeah, he's got a twin brother that's wearing a yellow shirt. And then Michael, wait till we go through the whole thing. And
Okay.
then we'll let you. Then we got
That's
William.
fine.
Now the taste. So Bradley, you go first since you're the newbie on this beer, and Bill is the newbie also, right, Bill? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Bradley and Bill.
I'll tell you the first thing I noticed when I took a sip on the finish for me, and I hope that y'all get this too, and I don't have a bad batch here or something, but the finish on this beer tastes like rubbing alcohol. Oof. Which is strange. I checked the ABV on it to see. But anyway, let's see if I can pick anything else up.
I'm not getting rubbing alcohol. What's the main taste?
I get a little bit of hoppiness on my tongue. I'm not getting a lot of the fruity notes for me personally that I smell in the aroma.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, Bill.
Brad brings up a good point there. Smells a lot fruitier than it actually tastes. I'm going kind of on the same theme that we were on last week as well, in terms of like IPA or pale ale light. I get a little bit of resininess and citrusy kind of on the front, but it sort of goes away to kind of a creamy, smooth finish that's not typical, in my opinion, of like pale ales or more hoppy or resiny or type of products. But very refreshing for sure.
I'll tell you what I think. And I've had this, I had it 3 times last year when I bought it, the 12-pack in Florida City at Walmart. I think I have one more left after this, so this would be my 5th time having it. My father bought me this second 12-pack at Walmart in Hammond, Louisiana. I think it has a really nice taste. It's bready. It has hop bitterness. Now, I know people I work with. Now, we might say, oh, get real. But these people would think it's so bitter. They would say, oh, this thing is so bitter. And I'd say, Pablo, get real. This is not bitter. Because they're not used to it. They're only used to stuff like Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light, you know. But it has breadiness, some mild citrus like mango maybe or apricot, white bread, some hop bitterness that seems to me around 35 IBUs. You know, the body's medium. It's not a light beer. It's medium body. The finish is, to me, pretty crisp. I'm not picking up any kind of rubbing alcohol, but you got to go with what you're tasting. It reminds me a whole lot of Audible Ale, Red Hook Audible Ale, which was made in conjunction with Dan Patrick. Now, that beer I thought was so dull when I first had it. And then I revisited it, and I said, I don't think I was accurate. It started to develop a lot of good flavors. Sort of like this one. I think the first time I had it in Florida City, maybe I thought it was a little dull. It just kind of grows. It develops. you pick up flavors you didn't pick up previously. Another one like that, besides Audible Ale, was the Iron Maiden Trooper, Robinson's The Trooper. First time I had it, oh, I was ripping on that thing. And especially since I paid $5.99 for the bottle, I was very irritated. The more I drank that beer, the more I picked up intricate and enjoyable flavors. And I think pale ales take a little more patience to enjoy because everybody's used to that IPA super heavy hop rush. And so they have trouble appreciating maybe more subtle flavors and aromas. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. This has maybe some of it, but not a lot.
yeah, everything doesn't have to be a bull in a china shop. But so my impression is I'm tasting all good and no bad. But let's see who else we have. William and Bill. Bill talked. I get confused because I got too much going on.
Who hasn't talked yet? So I'll wait. I'll wait.
Whoever wants to talk, because, oh, now the phone's ringing.
Well, when William, you want to go ahead? Since
Go ahead.
Well, like I said, the aroma I get is a little subtle of orange, a little some of those same IPA scents to it, but it's obviously not an IPA. But there's a scent of a little citrus, or more orange than maybe say grapefruit in this beer. And drinking it, I'm getting a good, nice little finish, behind it. There's some hop characters to it, but overall, pretty decent.
Yeah, it's not intensely flavorful, but it's pretty well rounded and it's refreshing. And overall, I would say it's a pretty good beer. There's a little bit of maltiness lingering in the background there. The citrus sort of takes the front, but overall, it's pretty. Like I said, it's balanced, and I like it. For what it is.
Right. At 5.3, that's pretty good. 5% ABV. That's not bad.
No, I've liked some of the other Genesee beers, so I think what they do a pretty good job with this. I think.
Yeah.
The more I let this breathe
Sorry about that.
and sip on it, I'm getting a little like orange peel and maybe a little bit of that pineapple that I said I got on the aroma. I still get some hints of that like rubbing alcohol is the only way I can describe it, but it's not as intense as that first drink that I had. I don't know what's up with that. But no, I don't think this is a bad beer by any means.
Sorry.
It's easy sipping.
Sorry about that, y'all. I just got a call from like the biggest beer drinker in New Orleans, Cartwright Eustace the third. But Cartwright only drinks one beer, and he only drinks a draft or bottles. I mean, cans or bottles, not draft, because they said it makes him sick. He drinks Miller Lite, but he drinks it in such prodigious amounts that if he gets sick and doesn't drink, alarms go off at Miller Brewing because their volume drops. So but anyway, he was calling me about a baseball event, so I got to call him back later. Anyway, yeah, then this thing is really starting to come alive, this beer. The final question is, would you buy it again? I would buy it again. I don't think I may never see it again, but I would buy it. I think it's really it's like every time I have it, it's better than the previous time. And to me, that is a great sign for a beer when each time you drink it, it's improved upon the previous time. The enjoyment just continues to grow. So my opinion is, I mean, I just like it. I love it. For $12.50 for a 12-pack of craft style beer, I know it's not a true craft beer, whatever that term's supposed to mean anyway. I think it's really good. I think they just did a great job. But that's it. I'm gonna be quiet. And then don't forget, we're not gonna forget Michael at the end. He's gonna give us an IPA discussion for a moment. Okay. Next, whoever wants to tell me if you would buy it again.
I would buy it again. Again, for the price, you get all those, variety packs, for the price for $12.36 for this beer. I don't see a negative thing about it. I think it's not Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It's not the other Pale Ale that New Belgium puts out, which is also good. I mean, it's good enough. And again, for the price, why not?
Yeah, and yeah, it's fine. But you know, Genesee, they know what they're doing. They do some rotten stuff now. There's some beers I could name that are rotten. I don't mean literally rotten, but you know what I mean. Not too good. But overall, they do a good job. And I have a special place in my heart for Genesee Cream Ale and their 12-horse ale.
This beer here
Genesee Cream
reminds me
Ale
of,
is up there. That's the tops.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, William.
this reminds me of that line David Lee Roth sang. I ain't the worst that you've seen. It's you know that came to my head. You know when you think about this, I ain't the worst you've seen. Don't you know what I mean? Can't you see what I mean?
Right.
You know this beer resides in that middle ground. I've started calling these beers gap beers or bridge beers. That they reside between the AALs and what would people call the pure craft beer. You know, sort of a transitional middle ground there.
Yeah.
And
I would agree.
I think it's positioned pretty well, and the price wise, you know, it's okay. So, like I said, it's not the worst that you've seen.
I agree with you, William. Very refreshing beer, well put together, in my opinion. Tasty. You know, if someone tells me it's a Genesee beer, I can sort of pick up that creamy finish. It's not something I'm going to track down, but it's something that, you know, if it's there and I happen to be in the mood, I would certainly buy it again.
Okay, so we got William would buy it again. Me, myself, and I, Louisiana Beer Reviews, will buy it again. Jean-Pierre would buy it again. Right, Jean?
Exactly. I definitely would buy it again. Yes.
Bill, what about
The variety pack, not the 6-pack, but the variety pack. Yes.
Right. Well, that's all we get anyway.
Well, some stores actually
Right.
do.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, the 6-pack of this and the 6-pack of that. You know.
You're right. Okay, Bradley. Brad.
Yeah, I would buy it again.
Well, so then why?
Somebody's calling.
Yeah.
My wife
Obviously,
got it.
The variety pack, I would buy it again. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this beer itself, but the variety pack is worth it. I didn't realize that Genesee's was behind it. That was new information for me.
Yeah, they got the contract. It's really Genesee is really owned by a company called Florida Ice and Farm, and they're in Costa Rica. But the India Pale Ale is okay. I think this one's better. I think their Red Flag Amber Ale is even better than that. And
The Amber Ale is my favorite that I've had out of the pack.
yeah, I can't wait to
That's
examine that. And then that Belgian ale, that Belgian style wheat ale, which is a mimic of Blue Moon. Man, you could almost say that it's better than Blue Moon, but
And if you go to Beer Advocate, guys, I'm sorry, Jay, to interrupt you. If you go to Beer Advocate, you know, so far people have been very positive about some of these, you know, doubt. You know, it's nothing been anything. And I think Walmart, you know, and I'm sure it's been brought up already, or maybe about to be brought up right now. But Walmart has told Genesee, you know, with this brew that, hey, you better make sure this stuff is good, or else we don't want to taste like the other stuff.
oh yeah, because they have some of these store brands.
Some of these other breweries, you know, in West or whatever. You make sure we know we bring quality.
Right,
Despite
because some of
people's
these
negative
store
view of
brand,
Walmart.
yeah, you're right. Because some of these store brand and these off brands are just a nightmare. Like somebody was talking to me today about Milwaukee Special Reserve beer. I said, oh, that stuff. They tried selling that in Louisiana for $10.99 a 30-pack, and people would not buy it. They were like, no way, Jack. And I wasn't buying it either. I don't care how much it costs. It was $10.99 a 30-pack, and it was about $10 too expensive. But
What was wrong with it?
it was horrible. It tasted like you see, it's so comical, and I'm not going on a rant. I'm not gonna start a rant and rave with Ronald, okay? But it's so comical when people tell me stuff like, I hate Budweiser. It's garbage. It's the worst beer in the world. I'm like, man, look, if you drink Milwaukee Special Reserve Ice, you would think Budweiser is one of the best beers in the world comparative to that. I'm telling you.
Be viewed as a craft beer if they drink that one.
I mean, if you haven't had those kind of things, name tag lager from Minhas, and these things are just beyond the pale. And I've walked in those shoes, and I don't want to walk in those shoes again. I still have post-traumatic stress disorder from drinking those beers. People say, you got a lot of problems. I got a lot of problems because of drinking those beers, okay? So I will blame any psychological problem I have on drinking Camo, Super Brew 15, Boom from Czech Republic. So, I mean, I have a built-in defense mechanism for any accusation I have going forward from 2011. When somebody says you got problems, I'm gonna say, well, you'd have problems too if you drank Super Brew 15. But I dumped most of that out, so I can't blame that one. I can't blame the Camo, but I can blame oh yeah, I mean, a Jaguar malt liquor, which I'm looking at right now, and I can blame Axe Head. So this one here is nice. Okay, that's it. Sean, I'm not gonna start ranting and raving.
Well, it'll be a long rant. So
Yeah, Darryl Lee says the Red Flag Amber is my favorite. I would like to see that in 6-packs around here. Yeah, I'd buy that. Now, if that came in 6-packs, I would buy that. That would be one of my standby beers.
I agree with that.
You know, and I'm not trying to rope you in on this, Sean, and I understand this is not for everybody. But you know, I dabble in the hard liquor. Unfortunately, some people dabble in it to the point where I had a friend that dabbled in it to the point where he died at 49 years old. You know what I mean? He didn't dabble. He dove into the deep end of the pool. But they have
a cocktail in the morning, a cocktail at lunchtime, 2 cocktails at night.
Yeah, that was like a living nightmare. It was just like a cautionary tale for everybody on the planet. It was terrible, a horrible experience. And I watched it. Okay, so that was horrible. Okay, all joking aside. But they make some really wretched hard liquors too, like Hartley Brandy. I drank that whole bottle, and I was thinking, not in one day, obviously, but I kept, every sip I took, I thought to myself, why would somebody buy this? How could this be on the market? And I go in every store around here. Well, not Mathern's. Mathern's would attack you, physically attack you if you even suggested that they sell it. But I go to Winn-Dixie. They have it. Why would you buy it? But
some of the state-controlled liquor stores here actually sell some of this off-brand stuff. I tried one. It became like a Cook's, whatever. Something with a C type of bourbon. It was so wretched that I felt sick the next day.
Oh, now.
And I said, I'm touching that stuff again. It's just one of cheap, off-brand, rums that was just like horrible.
Now we're gonna go to William. We're gonna go to Michael. Okay, so I don't want to forget Michael. I noticed at Walmart now they have all these hard liquors called Caliber. You notice that? I haven't tried any of the Caliber gin, rum, whiskey.
That's in Louisiana. We don't sell liquor. I mean, Walmarts don't sell liquor unless you're in Louisiana. But here, we got to go to the state-run stores.
Yeah, I was at Walmart on New Year's Eve, and this guy was buying this huge handle, the big plastic bottles of Caliber vodka. I said, is that stuff any good? He said, oh, come on, man, it's horrible. You know it's horrible. He said, but we're not buying it for quality.
Nice.
He said, we're buying it. He said, we're buying it to make Jell-O shots. I said, okay.
Particularly for Mardi Gras right now, I'm sure, budget being what it is, why not?
Oh, man. Mardi Gras, you're going to see so much, Jim. You're going to see so many bottles of Beams 8-Star leave the grocery store. But actually, Beams 8-Star is not bad. That's a blended whiskey from Beam. They don't like to talk about that. All right. Now, Michael, you're going to tell us about hopefully a very good India Pale Ale.
Okay, this is a beer that you reviewed about 4 years ago. I saw it on YouTube, so let me show it to everybody.
Brooklyn Brewing.
Oh, yeah.
So this is their East India IPA, and it's like 6.9. in alcohol, 47 IBUs. And it's English style in that it doesn't have your hoppy front end like, you know, the American style, either West Coast or East Coast. It's more English style, and, you know, the hops they're using obviously aren't trying to get the same effect.
No.
But I think it's really good, and I think it's a good example of an English IPA. The nose was citrusy, and you could smell the floral hops in it. The taste was quite good, very drinkable, and you can't taste the alcohol. But I guess less than 7, maybe you don't expect to taste the alcohol.
Right, but I love that beer. I love that beer. They do a great job with that stuff.
So I like it, and I picked up several IPAs today at my food co-op, and I knew you were doing this. I knew I couldn't get the Walmart beer because, like we told you last week, the nearest Walmart is, I'm not even sure if they sell it.
Yeah, you might drive over there. You might go over there and they don't have it, you know?
I know I think William told us that only a certain percentage actually sell that brand of beer in the Walmart.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50 shot. Well, you made a good choice, Michael. That's a fine. And when I went to, and I'm not gonna keep beating this dead horse, but when I went to Michael's house 2 years ago, oh boy, did he have some jewels, some IPAs that were just like mind blowing, you know. And to top it off, I went to a game that night at the New York Mets Stadium, and I got a ticket for $10 on Street Master. And then I saw a no-hitter, so it was like a perfect day, except for getting lost in Brooklyn, which not necessarily something you want to do. But that was fun. Now wait, uh-oh. Michael, you have to come to Louisiana one day.
I'll definitely check it out.
I'll show you around New Orleans.
It'll be fun.
Oh, that invitation is open to all of y'all, by the way. It's not reserved only for Michael of Brooklyn. All right, last thoughts.
Giant Space Monkey says hello.
Oh, hello, Giant Space Monkey. I don't know why you're not on here.
He's very shy.
He's gun shy. Don't be gun shy, Giant Space Monkey. Just think of it as a science fiction movie or a monster movie. Hey, any last thoughts?
It's kind of a shame that Walmart doesn't take this a little more seriously.
Yeah.
If they would get some fresh beer in the store and maybe, have a little separate display for it to get it away from like the craft beer or something, but it's like it's sort of withering in the wind.
Just dumped out there.
It sort of becomes a joke after a while.
I was
Total
thinking,
thing, because a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people hate Walmart.
Right.
And the fact that, they think this is cramping on craft beer territory. But if you just drink it for what it is and close your eyes, and it's pretty darn good, I think. But it's just in a different environment to try to survive. It's difficult for it.
Yeah.
particularly when it's packed in among all the mega brands, and you can easily walk past it in the store.
Yep.
I agree, William.
You could walk right past it. I did many times.
Yep.
Walked right past it.
And
Give it a second thought.
the point you just brought up is an interesting one as well. It's like, this is a pretty good beer. It's pretty tasty, pretty refreshing, pretty well done. Everybody seems to like it pretty well. How much better would this be if it was like fresh product?
If you saw the fresh, it would show that they really care about it.
Agreed.
That it's not just something sort of shoved off in the corner, but whether that happens or not, I don't know. It might eventually just die away before we ever find out the answer to that question.
Hey, I'll say this to the audience, to the 300,000 or 400,000 people watching right now. Well, let's see. It's actually, I exaggerate. It's only 14 people, but
That's puffery.
Puffery. If you're not sure about this beer, I would say for $12.50 a 12-pack, you should just go ahead and jump.
Let's do it.
Jump right into it.
I'm not the worst that you've seen. Jump.
Right. Just jump.
It all ties together.
It all ties together.
Jay, I got one more thing I want to show everybody. Have you seen this yet?
What?
This is Ballast Point. Can you read it?
No, it's too blurry. Ballast Point what?
It's their Red Velvet Nitro.
Whoa.
That's what I thought that was. I heard of that. I want to try it, but I've never seen it.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to try that. If you looked at my refrigerator right now, you'd say, whoa, wait a minute.
Supposedly, from reading the bottle, and that's all I can do so far, you know how the nitro effect, when you pour it in the middle, you get that nice pour? This one is made with beets. So supposedly it pours like red, and it comes out like a red velvet cake. Now, how well it tastes, it wasn't highly rated by Beer Advocate, but I'm willing to give it a try.
Right. Hey, do you ever say to yourself when you wake up in the morning, man, I'd like to drink a beer today made with beets? You know how you say that to yourself a lot?
Also, chocolate and natural flavors are in it, too.
It's kind of like when you say, I'd like to eat split pea soup and ice cream.
It sounds like a great combination, doesn't it?
Right. I mean, hey, but you know what? I'd try it, though, Michael. Anyway, so I guess that's it. Now, next week, we're looking at, I wish I could try it tonight. I almost want to say, let's start it now. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm
Oh, by the way, Jay, I'm sorry, but let me just say this stuff, that lawsuit is completely bullshit. And I think Walmart will be smiling from ear to ear. It will be dismissed just like the Blue Moon lawsuit a year ago that was dismissed, thrown out of court. Like, this is complete BS. We don't need to go through that.
I agree. And then all the judge has to do is look at the bottom of the can and say, wait a minute, you're going to waste my time in this courtroom suing Walmart over a bunch of beers that people are not even buying, and they got a bunch of old cans in the store. Get out of my courtroom. You're not fooling anybody because nobody's even buying it. But yeah, you're right. That's just a bunk lawsuit. Same thing with them suing Tito's handmade vodka because the guy said he was damaged because Tito's wasn't handmade.
And one thing you'll find out is when this is dismissed, it will get much less publicity than initial rust. The headlines, Walmart sued for fake craft beer. You'll have to hunt to find the verdict because nobody will report that. The point of this is to smear Walmart up front.
Right.
That's all it is. It's just a front. Because I've seen other cases where I had to go and look and search to try to find what the actual verdict was. Plenty of stories initially broke when the lawsuit was announced. No final. It's like the Super Bowl, you couldn't find the final score, but you knew about the beginning of it. It's crazy.
I think it originated in Cincinnati, though. I think it was in Cincinnati where the suit originated, according to what I read, in Hamilton County.
Oh, boy.
Where Rod J is.
Yeah. Well, America, the United States is a very litigious country. And a lot of lawyers are involved with getting laws passed. That way they got the law and now they can sue you over violating the law. And they have all these like real intricate, complex laws that no one can understand. You could break the law unintentionally. Like you commit crimes you don't even know. No one else in the world knows that it's wrong what you did, So that's another video. So next week is the Red Amber or the Amber Ale. And then in 2 weeks after that, because we're going to skip a week, unfortunately, but sports related issue, well, we're going to go and look at that Belgian ale. And then, hey, how do you like this idea as we close out? What about starting a bunch of examinations on Yingling beers?
I can get only the 4 Yinglings that are sold in I like that shirt, Bill. I can only get 4 of the Yingling beers in my area. The lager, the light, the black and tan, and the IPL.
You can't get John, you can't get the Lord Chesterfield ale?
I can't.
Nope.
No, we only get 3 of them in Louisiana. We only get the three main Genesee. But hey,
no porter, no Lord Chesterfield ale, nothing.
The fact is, the flagship beer accounts for more than 70% of their sales.
Right.
Others definitely take a back seat to that. But I can get about 4 of them in this area.
Me too.
So how about after
The only thing that I've seen around, the only thing I've seen around me is the regular Yingling, and I've seen the black and tan.
right?
I may have seen they have a light. I may have seen
Yeah,
that
that's-
unless I'm
I
dreaming
think
that up.
Mississippi's in the same boat we're in. Well, how about this? So we finish the Trouble Brewing, and then we look at Genesee. I mean, excuse me, Yingling Light, and then Yingling Black and Tan. Those 3 beers everybody can get up, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. No problem there.
I can get the IPL. It's been introduced, so I don't know what the distribution of it so far is, but it's just been here about a month.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to do that without me. Hey, and then another idea I was rolling around in my head was we could start looking at some Ballast Point beers like Ballast Point Sculpin and Grapefruit Sculpin.
Habanero Sculpin.
If I can get it. But you know, Ballast Point's becoming like a big player in this whole beer story.
Well, it's owned by Constellation now, which is one of these mega companies.
Oh, okay.
They
Right,
bought it in December 2015.
right. That's right.
Another conquest for them.
I know around Tampa here, they're pretty proud of their beer. It's like $15.
I'll let everybody know about this nitro when I have it.
Yeah, please do. Now, if you had a video channel, we'd actually watch
You
it.
could watch it. That's right. But I do not.
But you do not. Okay, well, people, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And let's see, any last comments? I wasn't reading the comments because mostly people were just telling me hello.
Where was John Sharon tonight?
He said he wasn't home. Well, he's got stuff he's got to do a lot of times at night. Okay, Kent Beer Reviews said this about the beer you're drinking, Michael. He said, to me, it's not a very English IPA. It's more of a mix between American and English styles, but he says it's a great beer all the same.
So it's a hybrid to him.
Yeah, and I said, I agree with that.
What is Michael drinking? I missed that.
It's,
I was away. Yeah,
Brooklyn-
It's Brooklyn. I'll show it again. It's Brooklyn East India. Do you get that in Mississippi?
I don't think that I've seen that, but it's possible that I've just looked over it.
Oh, that beer is a jewel.
Well, it's actually not made in Brooklyn. It's made in Utica at the other brewery, which you didn't go to, Jay, in Utica, which is where they brew, what's the other company? I can't think. Utica Club and Saranac.
No, we went there. That's
Did you
where
go there? So you went there too?
Well, that's the one Maria and I went to. We went to FX Matt.
Okay, so you did go there. That's where they brew this.
Yeah, we were there for like 4 hours. Yeah, we were there for like 4 hours.
Saranac is their main brand, but they're also a contract brewer, and they brew for Brooklyn and others.
Right, and we drank so much beer that day. Oh my goodness! And the company just kept giving it to us. They were like, "Try this, try that."
Yeah, they do a very nice brewery tour there. I haven't been there, but I've heard that from other people.
Outstanding tour at last.
Actually, Yingling, which you mentioned before, does a great tour.
Daryl E says, "Love me some Ballast Point beers. I never was a big fan of flavored beer, but if it's a Ballast Point, I'm buying it every time."
Mm.
You know what? I've had good experiences with Ballast Point since it showed up over here. Well,
You had the grapefruit sculpin at my house.
that's the first time I ever had it. And it was dynamite, and I scored it an A. And then I had the Ballast Point Sculpin. Somebody sent it to me, which is, there's a perfect story. I always tell people, don't send me beer because they spend all this money. They send it to me, and then a month later it shows up here. You know, it's like...
It's like a sign that it's coming.
Yeah. And then I tried the grapefruit sculpin back here in Louisiana about a year later, and it was so good. And then I had, well, now Ballast Point is flooding our market, which I don't mind that. I love that flood.
They have a watermelon one that's not very good. Watermelon Dorado. Stay away from it.
That doesn't sound like...
I mean, it's a good attempt. It's just watermelon and beer just don't go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one from Shipyard. It was
Just like fruit flavored beers is something that I just still don't understand. What's the whole purpose of it? I mean, look, if you want something fruity, drink fruit juice. Have beer taste like beer.
right. Oh, last
Not my
thing.
view of it is.
I keep saying this, been saying this for 15 minutes. One more thing. I do have a big 4-liter jug, Jean, of Carlo Rossi Burgundy. I have not opened it yet. Just to give you a heads up.
I can do the Livingston Burgundy, Color Rosy Burgundy. It'll probably be maybe has to be on a Saturday. I can do this.
Carlo Rossi Burgundy on a Saturday. Yeah, we might.
Or no. Probably on a Sunday. All depends on what you got going on a Sunday. Because most times I'm home on Sunday. So
Yeah, we might
it
be able
would
to
have
do
to be
that.
sometime middle of the afternoon.
Just see how that works out with college baseball. Oh, well,
Yeah.
Thanks everybody. Y'all take care and have a good night and have a great.
Take care, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Good evening, everybody.